Today we're going to talk about these things, vines, other than swinging on them like Tarzan. Are they good for anything for us out in the woods? Good, bad, stupid, I don't know. We'll figure it out. So what we got here today that we're going to take a look at is some wild grapevine. Now, it doesn't matter if you know anything about vines. You don't have to know the names of vines. You don't have to know the Latin names. All that we really need you to understand today and focus on is that we're looking at these woody, shaggy type vines. Now, the reason I want to talk about this is because this vine is very attractive to outdoor goers. It seems like it has a magnetic pull and people love to go to it. And I'm gonna tell you why and should they or shouldn't they be going to it. The first thing that you are going to notice is that it has this bark that peels off from the outside. So normally what happens is at a class or when individuals go out and they are thinking about making a fire, they're thinking small material. They're thinking, I need small stuff, I need small stuff. They're also thinking about birds' nests because we love to find those. We love to utilize them for flint and steel and any type of amber situation. So as soon as they see this, it clicks in their brain and they think, this is what I need. What happens though really quickly with this is when they begin to try to process this down and they start to work this like a bird's nest, what you're going to notice is that the bark just breaks, okay? And that's because this bark is not fibrous. I know what some of you are gonna say, well, yeah, it's fibrous. I mean, you're pulling off in long strips like this, but it's not fibrous the way we need it. It's not fibrous like inner bark of tulip poplar or cedar. So if I would take this and continue to just process this, what I end up with is just clumps of just literally dust. It's not good. So it's not gonna give us the fibrous material we need. We're not gonna be able to process it down, but more than anything, is that this outer bark sucks in moisture. It is always damp. So material on these larger vines, these woody type vines, is not conducive to fire making. It holds a lot of moisture. If you do try to light this up with a lighter or a match, it'll flame up for a second and it doesn't burn. It goes right back out, and then what you have is just this really bad smoldering piece of bark that even if you add oxygen to it, it's still not going to do anything. So it's not giving you a good strong ember. So in my opinion, this outer bark, when you see it, although you might get excited and think I'm there, garbage. All right, now to move a little bit further in, the next thing that I see people do all the time at classes is they find something like this when they're looking for firewood and they pull on it. Now, some of these vines, they come down really easily. Other ones are so tangled up in trees, you can literally crawl all the way up and they're up there. They're not moving anywhere. So when people pull on these and they get them down, they immediately think, man, I got all this firewood with just one little yank. Wrong again. The problem with this is that there's so much moisture. The fluid levels inside these type of vines is immense. So there's a lot, especially this time of the year, late spring, early summer. The sap is flowing, the water inside's flowing, and it is super wet. So trying to burn this just creates a lot of smoke. And again, it just doesn't burn nice. So at this point, you probably think, well, Dan, why are you even showing us? Just tell us don't mess with vines. But there is something else that is pretty cool, and that is that you can collect a good amount of water out of these things. Now, this is seasonally dependent. It's also going to be dependent on your location. So we're in a little location here that is a little bit more damp to begin with, so we should probably get some good water out of this thing. So I'm like a super trained professional. Do not try this at home. So what you could probably see there, sorry about the camera, I didn't know what was going to drain quicker. What you're going to see here is that this thing is just, man, water is just coming out like crazy. The other end too is dripping like crazy, but look at this, nuts. So literally in a matter of minutes, clean water, a lot of it, okay? So I can just keep on catching that, and it's awesome. And there you have it, use for these vines. So although they're not conducive to fire making, they are conducive to getting yourself a drink or sustaining water. Now what's nice about these, the same as a video I just recently did on a coyote well, is that Mother Nature is helping purify that water for us. So we can drink it right out of here. Now, my recommendation would be, of course, put it inside your cup rather than drinking directly from the vine. If something looks wrong with the water or there's a weird taste to it, of course, I would not continue to drink it. But every time I've ever drank from these things, they tasted good. The water, it actually has a little bit of a sweet taste to it. And yeah, I'm still alive. So I think we'll be good to go. So outside, no. Inside, cut, water, good. So this was Dan Woolak of Coalcracker Bushcraft. Get out there, explore, find these vines, play around with them. This is the time of the year, so go out and get it done. Until next video, stay in the woods.